All right.
Speaking of being old, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We always get on. One thing I know about coming on here and being an OG, we get to come together, and this is the reason why we do our show. It started off with just the three of us sitting on our couches right next to each other talking trash, because these are the brothers, and this is something that brotherhood is important. And then it became, as time grew on and the much older we've gotten, we've traveled to different places, and even though we're in different time zones, we are still coming together. And so sometimes you see us bantering in the beginning, it's because it's the love that we have for each other. And if you have brothers out there that are just like us, continue to build upon your relationship because it's important. Men's mental health is important, and this right here is our therapy. And one of the things that can help our therapy, if you just do one thing, which is hit that subscribe button, that will help because it helps us to make more content to give to you as we all are talking Commanders together. Gentlemen, what do we always say? Let's get it.
Yeah. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know. You don't. I run you up and down the Serengeti. Heads ain't ready. I chew you up and spit you out like chicken confetti. My rhymes are heavy like elephants, stomping your regiments, dismembering all your limbs, ripping your ligaments. I break you down to an atom, change your chemical structure, roots and culture. You don't wanna fuck with this brother. I'm like a time bomb or a fresh can of Wilshire. Stylus plexiglass got you face down in the grass, ready to blast. Sticky for your jewels and your cash. Call me Robin Hood. Take the loot back to the hood. I wish you would try to retaliate. I wait like a sniper, beat you like Street Fighter, heat you up like a lighter. Don't need no ghost writer. Original skill, killing at will. Terminates career like the pill. This is real, not no fiction. Came up with my jurisdiction. I'm liver than you, whether freestyle or written, hitting hard like a hammer, like a natural disaster, like a hurricane. Plain and simple, bringing the pain. Won the battle. What? I'm ready to do this. Beat your ass like Lennox Lewis. Play you out like Barker
We're
Lewis.
back.
You must be foolish.
We're back, and we're back again, once again, just 80 subscribers away from victory. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button because we've been going at this for a very long time. Might not seem like it. Started over once, started over twice. This is our third time, and we have been very blessed to have about over 200 plus shows giving content to you. And today we're going to talk Commanders, starting off with something that we discussed our previous show with Mitch. Big man Mitch, shout out to Mitch. Thank you for coming on, Mitch Tichler. And we talked about the Commanders, and one of the things he mentioned to us was Jamon Davis.
I mean, this is his last year in Washington, so figure it out. Like, if you can't find a way to be successful, with guys like Bobby Wagner and Frankie Luvu around you, if you can't find a way to be a professional and learn how to play the game of football, then I don't know that there's much teaching you.
Even though Mitch felt like Jamon wasn't going to be here next year, we was pretty much solid on that. I think that was one of the things that he said, fellas, that was very clear. He's not going to be here next year. And we were like, what? Mitch, what are you talking about? But then he shared with us one of the nuances of what they got Jamon Davis doing, which might keep him on the field more and on the team, which was putting his hand in the dirt, which means coming off that edge. And one of the things that Deacon found was this.
Punch it. Also coming off the edge.
Here you go. First step's important. All right.
They liked it.
They act like he said that's what he wanted.
That's what he liked.
Hey, that's one thing that we also talked about was coaching. Individuals having the same amount of energy as the players. If the coaches have the energy, the players have the energy. If the coaches are, let's run the play.
Laid back.
Leadership reflects the situation and or attitude. I'll say it again, going back to what was that show? What was that?
Attitude reflect leadership.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain.
Either way.
Remember the Titans, man. Remember the Titans.
You always got to respect people, man.
Huh? Hey, listen, that's what we do.
Cheated off my paper.
You right. That's why we both fail.
Hey, look though, whatever way we can use Jamon Davis to be productive, you know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn was the one that really put Parsons in a different position, and next you know, Parsons is the superstar on defense. So you know, Dan Quinn is looking to put Jamon Davis in a productive area where he can be productive for the team and also, you know, possibly make money for himself in the future, because the hand in the dirt makes a little bit more money than someone that is out there just running around aimlessly. You know what I'm saying? Which does not say that he always was running around aimlessly. Last year he was our leading tackler. I gotta give him that. But you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't the person that we thought he was gonna be when we drafted him. I believe 14, I think it was for him. He was number 14.
Hey, well, let's just pause for a second. What
Get him, Deacon. Get him, Deacon. Huh?
What did we think he was going to be?
There you go.
I mean, because honestly, he wasn't the top linebacker when we picked him.
He was sold to us to be a Luke. Was it Luke? What's that dude from Carolina? Luke Hensley or whatever that dude name is. Yeah.
Kuechly.
He was sold to us that he was going to be a great middle linebacker that was going to lead us to a top defense. And it just didn't work out. Our defense wasn't top, and he wasn't a great middle linebacker.
But you know what it was? You know what it was, Al? He became the pawn to try to prove the acumen of our coaching and general manager. Because we were like, yo, what's going on here? Let's get this guy. And I remember there was another guy that we wanted at that time, linebacker. Wasn't him. Jamon Davis was kind of like, who's Jamon Davis? And at that time, because we were like, okay, guys, y'all say he's better than, was it the young man out of Notre Dame, I think? Didn't the young man out of Notre Dame come out at the same time? Wasn't that him?
Well, yeah. Jamon Davis came, he was pick number 19.
Number 19. And
there was several people that we wanted at that time.
He was used as a pawn. Right. So this is what I'm saying. He was kind of placed, not his fault, but he was in a position to prove the organization right. To say, yeah, this is who we wanted. We were like, no, but you passed up on all these guys. They were like, yeah, we did that for a reason because of this guy. And so then he got here and it was like he had this chip, not the chip that he put on his own shoulder, but the chip that we did. And then unfortunately, the Jordan of linebackers now in the 2000s or whatever, Parsons came out at the same time. Who Dallas said, excuse me, Washington, we're going to move up here to get this guy because we're not going to let you get him. And they won. And Parsons, then we're like, okay, well, let's look at Davis. And he wasn't getting coached. As per what we saw, per what we guessed.
Well, I mean, Ron sold him as a great middle linebacker, and he was going to be the next great middle linebacker. That's what Ron sold him as.
Without coaching, without any kind of tutelage.
We didn't know that at the time, though. Did we know that?
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying.
We didn't know that. We thought Ron was coaching him.
He got a bum deal. And so when Deacon kind of commented to you, I was going to say the same thing. It's like, if we could go back in time, there's a lot of players who was under that regime that probably could say the same thing, you know? And so let's hope and pray that energy you saw that guy saying, that's what I'm talking about. And he knows what he's talking about. You know?
That's a whole other position though, man. That's a whole
he's playing a
whole different position. That's dangerous for a pick, man. When a new staff comes in, and they say, okay,
imagine it.
We covered your position.
This is his third position, isn't it?
Inside, he was a middle linebacker.
He was a middle linebacker at first.
Now he's he's still going to be outside linebacker. We're trying to move him from different positions.
Yeah,
but
that's his third position.
I know, but that's what's scary when you your position that you play, they don't want you to practice. He said, I got another thing for you. But Trey said, you know, if we can go back in time, let's go back in time.
Let's go back in time.
Because he was drafted in 2021, and let's see, Michael Parsons went first. Inside outside linebacker is what we're talking about. He went number 12, right? Now
Dallas moved up to get him, right?
Yeah, they traded up
Right.
to get him.
Dallas had a better record that year, but they were like 2021. They moved all the way up to number 12 to get him.
Yeah,
I think so. That's what happened. We had a lower pick than them, and they instead of us moving up, they moved.
They
up.
jumped ahead of us, right?
They jumped ahead of us,
and that's when we was like, we don't make any major moves during free draft.
That was one of the complaints that we had. Yeah,
but listen to these names. And I'm gonna give because we picked the inside linebacker Jamon Davis at number 19. That was the next linebacker that went. But let's go back to the names that we thought we should have gotten before Jamon Davis instead of Jamon Davis, and let's see just how good they're doing in the league.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because that's what we judging them against.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So he went 19. Jamon Davis went 19. The next inside or outside linebacker went 31. And that's, let me bring it up for y'all. Dave Owen. I know I'm jacking that name up, but it is what it is.
Who was he from?
I'm going to bring it up for you. Let's see. He was in Penn State. Oh, we should get Lake Lewis. I know he know how to say his name.
Penn State.
So he went 31. He's an outside linebacker. Another outside right behind him. Joe.
Where did he go? What school? What team did he go to? 31. He went to Cleveland. He from Penn State, but what team did he go to?
Look like he went to the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Want to go to the Cardinals?
Looks like
Who
it
drafted him?
When you go back one.
Or did he go to Kansas City?
No,
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
From Kansas City.
Oh,
Baltimore. I thought it was Cardinals. Baltimore.
We'll say Baltimore.
Where you see Baltimore at?
Hit the symbol right there, man. His name? The Baltimore symbol?
No, it's outside linebacker.
No, go above him, sir. I mean, I like how you did that. Just
Baltimore. No. Oh yeah. Okay, I see.
Oh, yeah.
So
cheated off my paper.
But have we noticed? Yeah, have we noticed anything from him though? We don't even know who he is.
I mean, I don't know who he is.
Is he still playing?
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't made his mark. Put it that way. Joe Tryon hasn't made his mark.
Who did he play for, Joe? He went to.
He's in Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Okay.
Hasn't made his mark, right? Let's go to the second round because we're going to next. Next dude went inside outside linebacker is Azeez Ojulari, New York.
He's pretty decent.
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. He's an inside linebacker. He's pretty decent.
So you kind of brought up a point there, Deacon. I mean, when you're talking about superstars or individual names that you would know,
but there goes Sam Cosby right there.
That are being backed by the NFL too. You know what I'm saying? These are guys that are considered to be franchise players. For a second, Chase Young was that for us. And
this dude at Cleveland is good.
Now, this is who we wanted. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Yeah, that's the guy you talking about. And this guy is good. That guy is one to start. He's a good linebacker.
And we picked
Jeremiah, right?
That was the one you wanted.
He was there for us. He was there, still there for us.
I know the name. Yep, that's what I was talking about. And I
that
said,
guy is good.
Like, go get him, and they were like, Jamon Davis.
Nick Bolton. I don't know who that is.
Now, all this to say,
there wasn't a great inside-outside linebacker pick.
Oh, but wait a minute. But all this to say, speaking on our man, okay, we're going to root for him, our man, Jamon, leading tackler. That's not a small task. You got a whole defense, and you are the one that made the most tackles for the year. That's not a small task. Don't minimize that. What's happening is we had a team that was basically a more offensive mindset. Therefore, they didn't highlight the fact. And that's how people hear about your accolades, because they're looking at you and they're saying, man, Jamon Davis, he made all those tackles. Jamon Davis is on the commercial. Jamon Davis is at Eastern Motors. You get what I'm saying? Jamon Davis then steps up And that's how we realize, and other people realize, that Jamon Davis is the commander.
But is Jamon Davis worth an Eastern Motors commercial? I mean,
hey man, you know how many people
he made tackles, but it was 5 yards down the field though.
But Al,
saving touchdowns.
I mean, but Trey, he's not Luke Hinckley. He didn't turn out to be Luke. He did Luke Hinckley, whatever his name is.
But he made the tackle, so that means all them Bama's in the secondary didn't. At least he did that. That's what I'm saying. But somebody had to bring.
But Luke Hinckley makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right. Luke Kuechly was coached correctly.
But the same coaches coached him. It was the same exact coaches. It was Carolina.
No, it wasn't.
It was too.
No, it wasn't.
It was Jack and Ron, wasn't it?
No.
Luke Kuechly was in Carolina.
Who was with Carolina? Luke?
Yeah, Kuechly was in Carolina. Yeah, Ron did coach Kuechly.
Yes,
he was. In his later years, not when Kuechly went to the that Super Bowl. Who was that?
Yes, coach? It was. That was Luke.
Yeah,
that was Ron.
Ron was there.
That was Ron.
Ron. He was the only coach during the Super Bowl for Carolina.
Carolina.
He had Cam Newton.
It was Cam Newton on offense, Luke Hinckley on defense.
Yeah.
And that's Ron. That was Ron. Ron was supposed to coach Davis. He claimed that this dude was the next Luke Hinckley.
Well, that makes it 2 times worse. So why didn't he do that, Al?
Hey, I personally thought he was doing that, and dude couldn't catch on. That's what I was. That's what we thought.
But the understanding is that didn't happen.
We know it didn't happen. We see that. We see the results.
What do we think about Jabril Cox?
Jabril Cox is a good player. Was he? He's a top. He's an all pro. Was he a line? Is it?
Fourth round, Dallas.
Wow. So Dallas got 2 best linebackers in the draft, probably.
Yeah. Same draft. So this goes back to what we were complaining about during Ron's tenure.
And who picked those guys too? Who picked those 2 guys? Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn coached them, and that's Dan Quinn's picks.
No, Dan Quinn has only been there 2 years.
He was there when Parsons. He's not. He's been there longer. He was the one that coached Parsons and.
No, he coached Parsons, but he didn't pick him.
Yes, he did. He did.
Okay.
He's the one that took Parsons and made him.
I can fight you on that. It's probably true. I don't keep up with Dallas that tough.
Dan Quinn got fired from Atlanta and went right to Dallas.
Dan Quinn also took Atlanta to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he got fired and he took over for Dallas. He got fired.
Yeah, he lost his coordinator. That was a big part.
He lost his coordinator.
Yeah. I'm around St. Brown with the 4th round too. We got Brown. We just got Brown. De'Ami Brown.
We got Brown from Brown. We got the great Brown that we got.
Yeah.
That might
this goes, like I said, this goes back to what we were talking about as far as evaluation of talent. Ron's crew could not evaluate talent properly, and they, I don't know what they were doing, because I mean, when we missed out on the cornerback, when we got JJ, we missed out on a wide receiver when we got Jahan. So we traded back to get a lot of trash. I won't say trash, but there were proper picks where we were sitting, and we decided to do more.
I think with Davis, we traded back to get Davis.
We probably could have traded back more.
I think the way it was is we were at like 13 or 14.
Let me see. That
we traded back to 19 to get more picks.
So no, we didn't trade.
We didn't. We stayed still.
It doesn't show a trade.
I thought we traded back that year. So I know with Jahan Dotson we traded back.
Let's see. It was some trades now. San Francisco traded with Houston. Miami traded with Philly to get Jaden Waddle. Chicago traded with New York to get Justin Fields. And that's when Dallas came up to get Michael Parsons. They traded with Miami, or Philly won.
If it was Philly, because they was
Elijah Tucker.
It was Philly, I believe, because we were like, wow, the NFC East teams working together. And look at us.
Yeah. Elijah Vera Tucker got. Let's see, the Jets traded up to get him from Miami. So that was the last trade before we picked at 19. And then behind us, New York traded up to get Kadarius Toney from Chicago, with Chicago. You know, that
So
is
at the end of the day,
yeah, no doubt.
at the end of the day, and you guys were absolutely right. I looked it up, and Daggett, you were absolutely right. I just don't want to give Ron no credit. I mean, I just can't believe how he did our linebacker core with that, even with that information that I just learned, which is actual factual, that the same time that Ron was there was the same time Kuechly was there, who was the best, and there was nothing of any kind of semblance of that here in Washington. So I do hope.
I think
And
Ron
I
was
pray.
collecting a check. Ron was collecting a check.
Yeah, but you know what?
They come up with a name.
There's that, and then there's neglect. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I get you collecting a check, but just outrise neglect for your position. I'm not saying that he was a quarterback coach and he used to be a quarterback. And yeah, I don't care about the linebacker. This was you, man. You.
I mean, shit, Jack Del Rio too. He was a linebacker.
Right. So it was, and he was the defense.
That should have been the strongest spot.
He really was the individual that really should be looked at, because he was like, you're on that thing. You should be able to look and say, yeah, our middle is soft as cotton. And he was like, all right, we're going to keep going this way. Anyway, okay. All that to say,
Yeah.
of soft, allegedly, I'll say it twice, allegedly, and are concerned with players that are unique and different from NFL players, individuals that their stature is questionable. I mean, and I say questionable because I know the speed and the strength and the endurance and the new age athlete compared to years back. They say that the best, like the Kansas City Chiefs, who are now current, champions and everything, going up against a current champion in the 80s would demolish the 80s players. That's what they say. So if that is the case, then I have concern for what we like to call, we love him, but we call him JJ.
Oh, JJ.
Oh, JJ.
Hello. Aren't you glad you let your fingers do the walking? Because you got kids dynamite doing the talking.
The funny guy from the Evans family. He was very, very much a thin young man. And here we have our number one from last year standing next to a high school player at his camp. Can anybody tell me which one is the professional NFL player and which one is the high school player?
Go ahead, Al. This is embarrassing, only because of the picture. They say
maybe it's doctor. Maybe the picture's AI or something. Do you think it could be AI?
Al is claiming AI. Al is claiming that they're making fun of our number one cornerback.
His legs are extra, don't look natural. Go back to it, Deacon. His legs don't look natural. Look at his legs. That could be AI. Look at his legs. That could be AI.
Which one, Al? Which one?
The guy to the left. The guy.
We're talking about the leading corner out of the SEC. I mean, this guy was a baller. Now, so I'm not taking anything away from him, but coming to the NFL with legs like that, I've never seen anything like that. And this is recent. This is after a year of balling here in the NFL. Now,
this is after an off season of working out too.
It's very, very hard to take somebody serious when their kneecaps are wider than their thighs. I'm just saying. Listen, it is what it is.
Stop.
I mean, huh?
Stop.
I'm saying it could be
It
AI.
is what it is, huh? Yeah,
It
big
could
eye.
be AI.
That one's not AI. Maybe this one's AI. I'm not sure. I can't be
AI.
sure. But
And whoever did this should be ashamed of themselves.
I'm questioning whether his knees were.
And here we are clowning, and we're laughing, and we're looking. And I want everybody to understand it is not anything against Emmanuel Forbes, but man, you thin, young man, you thin as a dime. And we're concerned because the coach had you returning punts or kicks. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because we're going to need you to blanket, lock down, be the shadow.
I'm not sure about that one, Trey. We might need another fella to do that. Trey couldn't get that lie out.
Because we were the first place. Huh?
You couldn't get that lie. You froze up before that lie was coming.
We all froze up. We all froze up because Mr. Forbes, what do you call it? PR team is on our case right now.
Yeah.
They're like, how did they get that picture?
Well, I understand that
Forbes
Forbes posted that picture. I understand he posted that picture, particular picture.
Because he grew up with this
That
stuff.
was his camp.
He's
That's his
seen
camp
himself.
out in Mississippi. He was out there doing this thing. So shout out to Emmanuel Forbes who's out there doing anything with the children, giving them something to grow to, being an example, all those things. So listen, I am still concerned. It has nothing to do with the character. It has nothing to do with who he is as a player because he's proven that on the collegiate level. Last year, he struggled. And then there's the question, according to an inside source who was on our show last time, that he did not want to come down and make tackles.
And then you have Emmanuel Forbes, who, they brought in. His biggest problem, they weren't using him well last year. But when he ultimately ended up getting benched and getting himself in trouble was when he decided that he didn't want to get involved in the run game. And he didn't want to stick his head in there and go try and make tackles and stuff like that.
Didn't want to tackle. I never heard
that.
Play.
But with legs like that, I mean, he might kill himself trying to make a tackle, though. I personally didn't realize he was that small. I knew he was small.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I didn't know he was that small.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Oh,
that
looks even smaller than JJ.
Last year, that dude got on the scale, and they was putting sandbags on the scale with him. You saw it. You knew how light he was. You knew he was light out.
Well, I'm trying to say, he at that size and that small, and if he's not excited about tackling, playing cornerback, then maybe he's not an NFL player, man. That's what I'm like. Is he an NFL player at that size and that small, and he doesn't have blazing speed? Because I don't remember anybody saying that Forbes has a 4.1 speed. That wasn't his calling card.
He's a ball hawk. He knows how to read.
That was his call.
So we got to get
He's fast. He's fast.
We got to get him to a point where
is he Darrell Green fast? Because he got to be Darrell Green fast at that size.
4.35.
Nobody's Darrell Green.
4.35. That's not bad. That's damn good for a corner.
Yeah, 4.35. Darrell Green is 4.1 though. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's Darrell Green. I'm just saying
nobody's Darrell Green fast now ever. That's a legend. Nobody's going to ever be that fast. I don't think. Darrell Green was beating Willie Gault, Torset, and straight up one-on-one races. It's not going to happen.
Walker.
Well, I'm just saying at that size, man, he has to have that speed has to show up because he is small. That means you only can use him on nickel and dime situations when they obviously are throwing. There's a possibility of if somebody's running the ball and a 330-pound Trent Williams comes around the corner at 6'6",
he might need some help.
Trent Williams is going to, ball this dude up, man.
He does have a voice, and so as he's coming around the corner and he's squaring his shoulders, he's going to scream, "Help!" Help! And it's going to stop Trent. Trent going to be like, "What's he doing?" And he's gonna be like, "Ah!" And then he's only going to have to deal with the lighter running back. You see, that's his. It's all here, Al's here.
Listen, the one thing that we're concerned about with Forbes is not his football acumen, it's his size. We expected after the first year for this guy to come
I
in.
think he's smaller than 166 pounds.
A bit. Listen, at the combine he was 166.
I think he's smaller than that though. He looks
But
smaller.
they say he 180 now. But that, I don't believe it.
I don't believe that, man, because he looks small.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Coaching is going to be one of the things. If he's going to be locked down, let him be locked down.
And he's not quick either. He takes a minute to get his speed up.
It's 4.3.
But short shuttle, man. This guy's, I don't know. Listen, I'm hoping that he matures fast, because you grow into your man body, but this he's going the opposite way. He's like his frame, even his. You can't put a lot of weight on his frame. It's like when you see Jaden Daniels, you can tell that he can put on a little more weight. You can tell that his body would take some more weight. This guy, you can't put no more weight on him because his legs are going to be what they are, and you cannot put weight on that body.
I don't know about that one.
You can't watch. You can't. There's no way. This dude's going to be skinny for the rest of his life. He got one of those.
Has he done a squat in his life? Has he done a squat in his life?
He might break his leg. You can't put no weight on that.
And if you have that attitude, that's why he hasn't done it. But if he's doing
not my
that,
attitude.
pounds
It's
on
the
that.
way it is.
I've seen.
You remember those machines? Remember those machines in high school? We used to lay on our back and push the weight up with our legs.
Yeah.
It will break his leg.
No, it won't. Not if he starts with the little small weights or just the bar.
Oh, that's cold.
You have to start from somewhere, and he does that for a week. Then you move it up. You put the little 5 pounds.
Trey,
and
he's been in the league
and
a
he
full
puts a little
year.
15 pounds, and he does that for a week, and he's dedicated, and he's doing that, and he's gonna get some muscles. Deacon, you're not telling me a person's muscles won't grow. You're not telling me that.
I'm saying this though. I'm saying that we're
lean. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you facts. And before you say anything, Al, I'm gonna tell you what it is. He's not doing it. He's doing exactly what you're saying, Deacon. He's not, because he thinks his legs are gonna break, and because there's nobody going to say to him, "Hey man, come here. I'm gonna show you how your legs won't break." And then look, you see that little girl over there? That's my daughter. She can do this that I know you can't. So we're going to get you to catch up with her. So get down here. If she can get on the sled, you can get on the sled. It's okay, man. I ain't going to tell nobody. Get on the sled. And you get on the sled and he works. And he goes, my legs hurt. Good. That means your muscles are growing. I want you to go home. I want you to get on this whey protein. And I want you to eat some raw tuna. And I want you to make sure that protein is your thing. And carbohydrates are not your enemy. Not for you. Carbohydrates are your friend. Bread, and more.
I give him 5 pounds.
I'm going to give you some pizza.
5
We're
pounds.
going to do those things. You want a little beer? Drink a little beer. As long as you're old enough. And then you're going to do those things. And then next thing you know, he's going to come back within a month's time. I promise you he's a different person. But because everybody is scared, they won't do that.
Trey, I give him 2 years to gain 5 pounds. That's all he's going to get.
Trey, I think, when Jimmy Walker was at his height in the 70s, JJ, he was a grown man. He was like 30-some years old, and he was like that.
And he ain't left no way down.
But I'm saying, this dude is like Jimmy Walker. He has the same body habitus as Jimmy Walker. He just one of them people that's not going to get, till he get like 60 before he picks up weight. You know what I'm saying?
Al, I agree with you. He is like Jimmy Walker, but Jimmy Walker's career is not like him. I can't go past all the years of college that boy played, which I'm trying to.
In the SEC, you can't tell me they ain't put him on a weight program in the SEC. You can't tell me, man.
That's how he get to 166.
That's how he got 166. He probably was
so he came in the SEC as 105.
It took him 4 years to get to 166.
Did he float to the practice? I mean, what?
Hey, listen. Okay, listen. Be honest. I like I said, we all hope for the best for Emmanuel Forbes. I think that the coaching staff that we have now will put him in the best position for his body type. You got to put him in zone. You got to put him in the creases. Not one-on-one checking somebody, not trying to shut a side down. He's not a shutdown corner. He's not a one-on-one guy.
He's a number one pick, though. He was supposed to be one.
Yeah, he's a number one pick as a zone, maybe. Hopefully, he's a zone guy where he can drop in the zone, read the quarterback's eyes, and go get the pick. How about that? That's what we're doing. As long as he's getting picks and taking it to the house, that's all we do.
That's right. So the last thing that I'm gonna say before we get off the show, man, is this: can we honestly, with all of the innuendo and the rumor and the suspicion that we have gotten from the past regime, anybody that came in under that regime, can we really analyze them? Because Al just said it. Al said he's supposed to, you know how he leaned into the camera? He's supposed to be the number one pick. Yeah, but for who? And then we start thinking about it's like, yeah, the same guys that both were linebackers and didn't do anything with our line. Yeah, the same guys that ran a 4th and 1 with the lighter back versus the 4th and 1 with the back that has been dominating the whole entire team. This is the guys that we're counting on to make those kind of decisions. That's what we got to say. We got to just kind of, everybody who came under them out, honestly, we got to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's kind of like,
one pick, you really got guaranteed money. You can't cut them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to.
Hey, stop. Don't go there. This is this year, like Jamon's year that Tischler said he's done. But I'm saying that let's see what happens. He got him on the end. Maybe he can be, now that he's played these positions, he can be a position flex by accident. Ron wanted a position flex player, but he's like, I played middle. I played outside. I'm now playing on the end. I am position. He just realized that it's like, hey man, slide Jamon to the right, put so and so in the middle, put Wagner up there, get Luvu over there, and everybody's like, what's going on? That's all we want is for the offense to go, wait a minute, with the ball, like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on with Washington? They're thinking, they're adapting. What is happening in Washington? We don't expect this. We expect them to lay down, run the same 3 plays, and then when they run a successful play, that they'll never run it again. That's Washington. That's what all the teams know.
Okay, so since we did it to Jamon Davis, let's go ahead and do it to Emmanuel Forbes, and let's see where he fell in the rankings. And y'all tell me if y'all like his pick better than other cornerbacks.
This is terrible.
Okay.
I'm calling you out early. You're wrong for this.
Okay, so Devin Witherspoon went number 5.
He's the best cornerback in the league.
To Seattle.
He's the best cornerback in the league.
Okay, well, the next cornerback was Emmanuel Forbes at number 16. Can you guess who's number 17? Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah. He had a great year, but he blew his knee out.
Half a year, yeah. But he was balling.
He was balling for the first part of the year.
Dante Banks.
I don't know about him.
He's in New York, from Maryland.
Yeah, I remember him, but I don't know.
25.
He had an average season.
Huh?
He had an average year. Yeah, average year last year.
Okay, so that's all right then. Bodes well for our guy.
Yeah.
Julius Brents, Indianapolis Colts. Cam Smith, Miami.
That's average. I know Cam Smith had an average year. He played a lot, but he had an average year.
Tyreek Stevenson, Chicago.
He was pretty good, but not above average. The best one so far is the first one.
DJ Turner.
I don't know what he did. I don't remember him. Who he played for?
He went to the Bengals.
I don't remember him.
Garrett Wilson, Arizona.
He wasn't too bad. He wasn't too bad.
In the 3rd round now.
Yeah, he started. He started.
What's your point, Deegan?
Riley Moss.
What's your point, Deacon?
I'm almost finished. Riley Moss to the guy. Denver. Yeah. And my point is that Mekhi Beckham, he went to.
What's the dude that went to Pittsburgh? He had won the top year too. He was really good.
That was Minnesota. What's his name?
His father played for Pittsburgh, and he played for Pittsburgh. Played cornerback. He was the 2nd best rookie cornerback last year. He played for Pittsburgh. We were talking about drafting him. I know Trey wanted him too. He had a name. Oh man, what was his name? He played for Pittsburgh last year. He was a rookie. He went lower than he went. He was like a 5th or 4th round pick. Nobody thought he was going to be good. He ended up starting. He had a great year.
Let me bring Pittsburgh up.
What's your point, Al?
My point is that really it was only really 3 good cornerbacks out of the whole draft.
Okay.
So
was that your point, Deacon?
Their cornerback is Ryan Watts from Texas.
Watts?
Yeah, that's what they picked up that year.
My bad.
No, my point is that when we look through the draft and we just lock in and focus on cornerbacks, there are a lot of them that were misses.
Right.
Not just Forbes. And we're not saying Forbes is a miss yet, but we're saying that a lot of them didn't have great years their first year.
That's right.
So he still has a chance to make it right.
There you go.
I say.
Right on.
Same thing I was saying for Jamon Davis.
Okay.
A lot of them didn't hit. Like we always say, the draft is a hodgepodge of hit and miss. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to translate to the next level. But anyway,
and without proper tutelage, it's not going to help.
Yeah, and that was his bad thing.
Being that we are here in a neophyte situation where everything is new, and even you guys who are new to watching us, please at this time hit that like button, and if you would, subscribe. Subscribe.
Nothing.
Yeah, it don't cost you a darn thing. And you don't have to worry about hitting the like button as much if you subscribe. Trust me. It'll save your finger sprain.
And go into that community tab too on our website. You can always
right.
answer the questions down there. We appreciate it. If you have any questions that you want to throw about, put it in the comment section. We always love the comments. I think the last show we had 46 or 50 comments. So that's always nice to see,
That's what you think about what we're saying, because
are the number 1 picks in danger this year? Jamon Davis, Emmanuel Forbes. Are they in danger of not being on the team real soon? Because when we got a new regime coming in, everybody's job is on the line. Everybody's job is on the line. All right. Hey, Trey, man, I'm not going to play your theme song this time, man. We play it next week, all right?
I did like that song a little bit, even though I didn't know it was my theme song until last.
Sitting on the porch, dropping bombs like a key on the shoe, baby, here to make your eardrums sing.
All right, everybody, we gone. We see y'all next week. We appreciate y'all watching. Love you. Hit that like and subscribe button, man. That's life for podcasters.